to another episode of Laguna Studios Live. We are launching Noctiluca issue number 1 today. And Katie is here and Lori's here. And we're gonna talk about stuff. Ask us questions, tell us what you wanna know, all the usual stuff that we do on these things. And yeah, let's first talk about the book. Unless you want to talk about what we did this weekend, which for me was a whole lot of nothing. I just worked on this stuff, basically.
Yeah, some packing, some writing, some home renovation shit, some migraine, a little bit of everything.
So, yeah,
remember what I did this weekend.
I talked to Katie a little this weekend. I mean, I talked to Lori too, but like, we're business partners. We talk to each other every damn day. Don't even talk about like fun stuff anymore. It's always talking about business stuff. Nothing.
Yeah, we have to make more of an effort, I feel like, to be like, okay, no, we're just going to talk about fun shit.
Well, so since we make it a point to not run any stuff during the Christmas season, we don't run any campaigns because we know y'all are busy with your Christmas crap. So we're not going to interfere by trying to stuff our comic crap in the middle of it. So that's also like a little baby vacation time for us too, because then we can catch up on shit, maybe take a break, a bubble bath perhaps. Assuming you have a bathtub.
Yeah, we don't. We just have a really big shower.
Have you ever just thought about buying one of them cattle tanks from like a farm store or something and just sitting it in the middle of your room and just filling that with hot water? Like, I'd do it.
I'd probably get full of dogs in my house.
Okay, that would be a problem for you. Yeah, the dogs for sure. But I feel like the structural integrity of the building that you're in really matters. But otherwise, I would do it. That's how we used to. When it was hot in the summer, that's what we had at because I grew up on a farm. So there was, well, I mean, if we didn't go down to the creek, we were playing in cow tanks, big, yeah, just I don't know, and it was actually too cold if I remember right. It was always too cold. Like in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't 100 fucking degrees in the middle of summer. Like you never got 100-degree days, so it was less of a thing. And we had loads of streams running through our property. If you're from the upper Midwest, then you know what I mean when I say we went down to the creek. That's the streams that were there. We went down and played in the streams.
They call them burns in Scotland.
Burns?
Burns, and they're becks in Yorkshire, where I came from. So
okay.
Just streams have different names.
How are people supposed to keep track of that?
I think that creek is just it's creek. But with the Polish, upper Midwest, Wisconsin-y accent, it's turned into crick. I don't know why. That's my theory. That's my hypothesis on what happened there. I don't know, and I also don't care. But I do still say crick sometimes. I try to say stream now because I get mocked for saying crick. Unless I'm like with family, then they don't bat an eye, but they don't blat an eye.
That sounds fine.
I knew what you meant anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine here. Let's talk about the book. This is another erotic comic. Why do I keep saying novel? Do you know, I've been reading a lot of erotic novels as research. And now I'm like, everything is an erotic novel. Hardy's an erotic novel.
Right.
Luca's an erotic novel. They're not comics anymore, not in my head, even though they're totally comics. Anyway, yeah. And we should talk about Heart Eater a little bit when we're done, once we get this launched too, because everybody wants to know about what's next for Heart Eater. And we got time, and this is our live stream, so we can do whatever we want.
That's true.
But yeah, so Noctiluca is a new one, and it is about a thief and I guess issue 1 you are seeing her go do her thing, and she likes to she's a fan of using nonviolent means to get what she wants, and her very favorite nonviolent means to get what she wants is seduction.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're gonna get to see her do her thing, do what she does in this first issue.
I love that. I love the yeah. It's empowering. I like it.
Yeah, oh dang! If I could get whatever I wanted like that,
Mm-hmm.
I would totally do. I have no shame. I would absolutely do that if I thought I could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be hopeless. I can't seduce people to save my life, so.
I think I could probably get like a quarter of the way there, and then I'd probably try to be doing some kind of sexy pose, and then I would my ankle would roll and I'd fall over, and because
Right.
I'm too clumsy. I'm too clumsy to be sexy. I'm too. So I mean, I used to think, oh, I'm plus size, and you can't be sexy when you're fat, right? And now I'm like, no, that's not it at all. It's about your confidence and how you carry yourself, and I'm just too clumsy. That's my problem. And also, there's a lot of effort. Being sexy all the time is a lot of work. I props to everybody out there who does it. Because
you have to be
on.
You have to be on all the time. You have to be confident all the time. You have to not care. You have to not be embarrassable, basically. It's a lot of...
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just not good at it.
It's so hot here. I'm inside an air-conditioned room right now, and it is so freaking hot here that I put on a little makeup and I can feel it melting off.
Jesus.
It's so not nice here right now, and it just rained, so now instead of it being 100 degrees and dry, it's 100 degrees and humid. But maybe we'll get a rainbow, because it's supposed to rain a little bit more, and we've been getting a lot of rainbows this year.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what else should we talk about with this book? Katie did a cover, and it is amazing.
Thank you.
I will we'll show that off as soon as we launch.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Sarah kind of just showed it to me at the last second, and I was like, oh, of course. Katie's just fucking painting this thing now. Okay, this looks great.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened with it, why we didn't, because I had Katie down as I want a cover from Katie, and then for some reason it wasn't happening. And then Katie's like, I need to practice my female form, so do you want a cover still? And I was like, yeah, let's, sure. And then suddenly we had a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The whole, see, this is stuff that if you're in the comics industry, but if you're not in the comics industry, the covers are a whole separate thing from the book itself, and it is an adventure. We had an adventure. And not the good kind, not the fun kind this time around. This was a stressful adventure.
We apparently needed to do more seducing because we didn't get what we wanted.
But you got a surprise cover from me, so...
Yeah, so that's...
It's I don't know if it's my favorite. We got what we got is amazing. Our covers are great. And I was sitting here going, I want to say Katie's is my favorite, but I don't know. They're all really good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yours is certainly Katie's has got this this playful kind of sassiness to it. That's really fun, and I'm excited to show you guys that. But also, as per the usual, Katie did a thing that involved multiple light sources and different colors of lighting, and she freaking nailed it. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But that's your thing, isn't it? Where to put the light.
Multiple light sources. It's just it's fun to do that. Yeah.
Maybe we should do something with more bars, because I heard you like to color bars.
No, I do not.
What?
It's that Miss Medusa page with the 109 cage bars in the one page.
I love that you still remember that 2 years after the fact. That you still remember it was 109 bars.
I counted every one of them.
Multiple times, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, I lose count really easily, so I had to do it several times to make sure it was right.
That's fair.
Inking them wasn't great either. It was a lot. So
yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I've learned so much
I
more
remember
about
that Lori actually recommended. She told Paul that, hey, Sarah could probably help you with colors. And then Paul's like, yeah, oh yeah, how are you with light sources? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, there's multiple light sources here. I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to do this. I was all like, yeah, sure, I'll help if I can. And then he's like, multiple light sources. And I was like, I know somebody. I know who you actually want. Actually, it's not me. It's not me.
It would be insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't remember. I think that Lori and I were both kind of simultaneously recommending you to color.
Yeah.
And
I've actually learned so much about coloring since then as well, because that was one of the first things I did. But like watching Fish's show, the School of Fish show, I've just learned so much about like doing all the selection things. It'd just be so much easier these days. But
oh yeah, I bet that's because there's stuff like using digital coloring is not cheating. For everybody out there who thinks it's cheating, it's not. If you've done it, then you understand why it's not cheating. But it's certainly having the computer separate and organize things, assuming you can actually do that, like, not draw on the wrong layer and shit like that, because, like, we've all done it. But
see, as a traditional artist, I think it would actually be easier for me to not do the digital coloring and do it like the traditional way. But that's because I learned how to draw from doing it like with paints and everything. So
yeah. It makes it a little bit more difficult to pass it around when it's a comic page that has to have multiple artists' hands on it. So
and don't have
like
scanners
all those
and stuff.
Yeah, all the tools that digital art affords you are really nice. But then there's something to be said about just sitting down with some paint and doing stuff too. Last time I painted anything, I painted this. I got a board and I painted a lamb on it for my brother's kid. And I fucking hated it so much. I gave it to him, but I hated it, and they probably threw it away because it sucked. I don't even remember. But it was bad, and I was literally painting on it still to the day that I gave it to him. And I was like, okay, we have to leave, so now I have to spray the varnish coat on it, and then so it's like, okay, let's hang it out the window of the car while we're driving to dry it.
Nice.
It was a whole thing, and I don't think I've painted anything since. But
I've been painting the wolves, and I'm still not finished with that, even though it's been a while. I've had a month. I really have. So
yeah, haven't we all? I've been having a hell of a month, like since last July-ish. Nah, it's been longer than that. It's been a couple years now, I think. Anyway, if you've been posting it on your Facebook, on your social media, the wolf progress. I know I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah,
if anybody's interested in that, you need to go look at Katie's page because it's the wolf. It's like it looks when she's done with her paintings. They look like actual photographs. They're crazy detailed.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'll have to put it on my official Facebook page, I think. I think I've only just been showing it to my personal one at the moment.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier for everybody to see it when it's on your public page, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, are we gonna launch now? We don't have a trailer or anything to watch for this one, so
I can hit the button.
So it's like a just and let me. I'm gonna make a banner. I've got so used to typing on a fucking laptop that now I'm on like this regular keyboard, which is very similar to a laptop, but I still can't use it without screwing up badly.
I hate switching keyboards. It's just such a pain.
It is, it really is.
It is. Okay.
So, anyway, yeah, if y'all... are we ready to go? You ready?
I won't touch anything. Okay, one sec. If there's people watching, I don't see any comments, so I assume they're fucking ready too.
There are people watching. There are no comments yet, except Jeff did say launch time with a little rocket.
Well, Jeff, I expect like $1,000 in the campaign immediately. Okay, it's launched.
And like we've got a first backer. Like we're going down there. We ordered a shitload of wood samples because now that we're into making the wood stuff, we are all about playing around with the different kinds of wood. So maybe you'll get one that's your first backer plaque on a weird piece of wood. Like we're gonna mess with all of them, so we'll see. But we have a batch of them that we have to get done and then sent out, and it's live now, you guys. Let me pull it up here. That makes it easier if y'all see. I just share my Chrome tab. There it is. There we go.
Alright, doing my shit on my end here.
You know what? Let's do that. I don't want you guys looking at my stuff. You creepers. There we go. Now we're right. Now we're cooking with gas. What is this music?
I quite like it, actually.
It's too sleepy. I'm about ready to fall asleep as it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's very calming, very spoopy. Anyway, yeah. So, we'll see who gets the first backer, and there was another thing in my head here I was gonna say. Draven says I'm ready for launch at Rocket Red Cow. That is a whole bunch of stuff that I can't see, but cool.
That Draven's one of my friends. So.
It shows some of the emojis, and then it doesn't show some of the emojis, and it just makes me sad because I want to see what the hell the emojis are about, because sometimes that's half the tone of the damn message is the emojis, and if you can't see them.
Oh, we got one backer.
I slobbed a little bit. It's okay. Yay, we got the backer. I don't know who the first backer is. We'll see who the first backer is.
One second.
There we go. And there's 2 backers now. Woo! It's going up.
First backer is John Borek. I can't pronounce his last name. Borexky. I will write it.
It's important to have it spelled correctly on his first backer award. That's all that matters. Berezki? John Berezki? If we're saying that wrong, you should come to the comments and tell us that. Excuse me. So, anyway, yeah, so, it's going up fast. So the story revolves around the name of the character is Luca. I know that's like bashing you over the head with it because the name of the book is also Noctiluca. It gets worse actually as far as the name exposition bullshit goes, but it doesn't matter. Cause look at this art! This art by Val. And I'm gonna go ahead and butcher her last name. Because she was supposed to be here today, and then she had an emergency come up and she couldn't make it, so I was going to ask her how to say her last name when we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that didn't happen because she's not here. But I think it's Sine. That's my thought. Anyway, you can go look at her stuff. It's like you can just look at our page, and that's because it's all Val's art except for the covers, which are clearly labeled as not Val's art. Which, speaking of covers, let's look at Katie's, because Katie's here.
Ah, that was
always
fun.
Help if I'm gonna there. So see what I mean about these about the light and the multiple colors and the multiple angles? Like, that's light everywhere, and kind of a semi-shiny suit happening there too. It's a thing.
Yeah, the suit was interesting to do, but I was basically just spent like loads of time watching Lost Girl whilst I was drawing it on one side, so it was fun.
Yeah, I started watching Lost Girl too, and yeah, everything Katie said about it is accurate. It's pretty fun. It's a little, like the acting's kind of cheesy and stuff, but like it's a fun show. And if you're into those CW type shows, then that's definitely a CW show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very CW show. Anyway, yeah. Do you want to tell us about any challenges and fun parts? Anything exciting about painting this that you had?
Well, I mean, it's just finding a pose that was, the right sort of pose to start with was quite fun, because I showed you previous sort of ideas that I had, but it wasn't quite right. But I just saw that one and I was like, no, I want to do that pose. And then the cat suit was interesting, because I was having to try and work out the light sources on the cat suit with no references, which is fun.
Right.
That's hard.
Yeah. I remember looking through pose references with you, and like when you guys, again, this is an art thing, so if you're an art person, you know, but if you're not, you might not know. When you look through pose references, usually the people are almost naked. They just have clothes on to cover their naughty bits so that it doesn't get canceled. But that's it, so that the artist can get as good an eye at the musculature and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes not even that. I do have like quite a few packs where they've just got nothing on, but I've done life drawing. It's fine. I don't care. I basically want to practice drawing women, so because I've always kind of drawn men more, and it became a thing. People started, like, my friends were making fun of me for, so I'm like, no, I'm going to practice drawing women. So yeah, I agree with Raven. So
holy shit, that was loud.
Who was that?
That was through me.
Yeah, somebody driving nearby. So you guys don't hear like the trains and shit from me anymore because we put sound blocking software on the computer, which is like the trains didn't stop coming. You just stopped hearing them because of software investment.
I live in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. The only thing you are going to hear is owls at this time of the night. So
owls would be cool.
That'd be fine. I'd be fine with owls.
I can't order the owls to come and sit and hoot outside my bedroom, but no, it was fun. I did like doing this one. I was kind of going with the color scheme that I'd seen in some of the pages that I'd seen colored as well, and I kind of like drawing shiny screens as well, because that was kind of a thing that we did in the Seeker short comic. So in fact, the background actually does remind me kind of the Seeker a bit, because of the screens, but similar colors as well. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was an interesting challenge, and it's nice to actually learn some more anatomy as well along the way. But
yeah, and it turned out great. I mean, this looks amazing.
Yeah,
thanks. I'm really pleased with her hands. Like, her hands are my favorite bit, because I think they're some of the best hands I've done. Yeah,
her hands are great. And, I mean, she's the most realistic of our covers, I think. But I think it's because that you paint in a realistic style, so you've got all the little muscles and tendons in there, whereas others may have just airbrushed stuff in, so. But it's completely different.
I'm in it to actually learn anatomy whilst I'm drawing it, so that's why I tend to do all the muscle details and everything.
Perfect.
Yeah. I like how the musculature of her shoulder looks too. That might be one of my favorite spots on the nude version.
Yeah.
She looks great. And this, we don't have all the covers up on here yet on the story image, but like you can go buy them because we all I just ran out of time, and I will put them up after we're done here. But Ian Richardson also did a cover, and Ryan Robinson did a cover, and they are not up here yet. Like you can't like in the story, they're up. You can buy them, but they are not up on the story, which I will fix soon. Cody Art did a cover. Cody Art also did a cool, really great cover for Heart Eater last year. That was my favorite, which might be why we got a cover for this one. Thanks. So we should probably look at Val's because Val's is the main cover. She keeps knocking it out of the park. Like every time I just am like, give her some very simple directions, and she always goes above and beyond everything when she's making it. And yeah, as this also turned out beautiful.
Yeah, the colors are so pretty on that one. Especially when you see it on as a larger scale, it's just really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just quite the find. I just like I am so glad. I mean, I think because like she's not only is she an amazing artist, she also is just a genuinely pleasant person to work with. She's just a very, very sweet person, and she's very amicable, very easy to work with.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So, and yeah, some of her art. We're gonna put up more art too because this is just, especially as I'm looking at it now, it's just not enough art. You guys got to see more. But I got a piece of my hair just went up my nose. Oh, that was so.
You don't like breathing your own hair?
Oh my god! Was it last week? Last weekend we were walking outside, and all of a sudden, a chunk of my hair went into my mouth, and like the end of the hair went straight down my throat, and I was right up the street, and Jeff was like. Like yanking this chunk of hair out. It's never happened before. In all my years of having long hair, I don't think that has ever happened to me before.
It's happened to me.
And I've gotten like it's like triggered my gag reflex, but like this thing was like on a mission to kill me, and it was a chunk of my own hair.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you about that. The dangers of long hair. You also get strangled in your sleep sometimes if you don't put your hair back.
The worst part is if you've got a partner who's got long hair. Like one of my ex-boyfriends had hair down to his waist, and the amount of times you'd like roll over at night and like someone would wake up like yelling because their hair's been trapped under an elbow or something. It's kind of bad, but
yeah. I try to put mine up in a braid, but it's so slippy that it just turns into a mess anyway. So I just try and wind it up and then put it at the top of the pillow, and that doesn't really help. It helps for like an hour, and then as soon as I fall asleep and start rolling around. Yeah. But yeah, this time with the thing with the hair going down my throat, like it was so embarrassing because we were at a convention, so there were a lot of people out on the street walking too, so like everybody heard me choke and gag like that. And it was just super embarrassing.
It's just to be unembarrassable, it's fine.
I mean, I guess I was like momentarily mortified, but I don't really have a lot of shame anymore. There's just not very much left. Like I think I could be made, embarrassed by something that I do, but like there's just not that much out there left. I've done it all already.
I feel like once you get to a certain age, you kind of stop caring as much as you used to. Like when you're a teenager, everything is so embarrassing. But
because it's the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your life up to that point. So
I know, and you kind of approach 40, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
But don't worry, teenagers, it can get so much worse. These are the best days of your life, whether you want it or not, whether you believe it or not. I mean. There are a lot of positives to getting old, but as far like you eventually will hit that apex of embarrassment, and then you'll start to go back down and not care anymore because just there's a lot more important shit to worry about than just being embarrassed and what other people think about you. which is actually it's a good thing. It sounds like it's not a good thing, but it is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I kind of think that life does kind of get better than when you're a teenager as well, in some cases, because, like,
unless
so
you
much
peak
better
in
for you
high
now.
school. Yeah, if you're one of those people who peaked in high school, then maybe not. But I don't know. I definitely wasn't one of those people, so maybe I'm wrong. So anyway, if you're watching and you have any questions or comments about us or about the book that we launched or about like any of our books, like, we're here to answer questions. Let's look at more of these covers.
I am really surprised.
What?
I am really surprised there are not dog feet appearing today, because for some reason he's laid on the floor. He's not on the bed with me.
Well, there are not dog feet appearing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's usually at least one dog foot every live stream.
The live stream is still. We're only a half hour in, so.
That's true.
Anyway, so next cover, Alexis Flower did a cover for us.
That one,
hilarious,
I really like this
very
sort of,
cool.
I like that's quite an interesting sort of scenario, and I like the guy hanging in the background as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, but he's he's in a situation.
It's amazing. Yeah. I just I showed him some character concepts, and I told him a little bit about what it was about, and he just sent this, and I was like, it's fucking great. It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, and it's too bad we have to put that censor bar across that and ruin the look of it, because, like, it is boobies on the glass, you guys.
Yeah, which I feel like that's new. Like, that hasn't been done before, so please enjoy.
I mean, it's a thing that you see in, like, the sexy scenes, and, like, when a girl, like, the cheerleading squad is doing the car wash to raise money, and they push their boobs up against the glass so that the guys inside the car can watch. Like, that's why they have to pay $50 for the car wash.
Can you not imagine, though, just how squeaky that PVC catsuit would be against the glass, like, just going down.
I didn't really think about that, but now, I mean, maybe that's the situation that caused her top to come off. Like, she was pushed, she was going up, and the drag on the PVC pulled the top down, and that's why her boobs are out now. It's just a thought. Just you could make a whole little scenario, a little story about what's going on in each of these covers.
Mm-hmm. And, like, it's kind of hard to see from here, but, like, you can see under the slice of glass, like, you can see more detail where it's not obstructed by the glass, which I really love. Like, it's really cool.
There's a lot of thought in this, that if you like, I encourage anybody who gets, like, well, not just this book, but any book, like, we've got the cover artists that we commission. They always put so much thought into stuff, and, like, I know there's Easter eggs. Like, there's so much detail in Alexis's cover. There's details in Val's cover, and there's stuff like you'll notice it after you read the comic and see what the hell's going on that you won't necessarily realize because you don't know the story yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a Easter egg in this one, but there's definitely details. And it's pretty. It's just pretty.
It's nice colors.
Yeah. Did you notice that that everybody's got a lot of blue in theirs, and then, like, Val threw in purple, but then Alexis is green.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, while we're looking at this stuff, we can look at Ian's cover like this. It's not as good. It's not as nice, but we can sort of look at it. Sort of look at it this way, and then definitely check it out when like come back a half hour after we quit live streaming, and it'll be up so that you can get a better look at it. But it is the same sort of setting that Katie used, but yet you can see it is completely different.
Yeah, and I love how they did the suit. I love her pose, her face. Gwenelle did a really, really good job on the lighting on her suit. I love that.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Turned out really nice.
I've not seen the coloured version yet, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
I only saw the lined version.
Yeah, we didn't. We had everybody was busting it to get these done and ready for us today. So I appreciate everybody's help too. Everybody's hard work, I should say, not help. Because I mean, it was helpful, but hard work. I haven't slept since July-ish, y'all. So if I don't make sense, that's why. I'm not even gonna try to apologize for it anymore, because I already have so many times, and I'm just tired. And then also, you can see Ryan Robinson's cover. Ryan's got really
colors with Ryan.
Awesome use of color. Yeah, he just does really cool color work. And yeah, I mean, she's just in a that's kind of almost a power pose there, isn't it? Like she's standing there with her arms to her sides, but yet the angle of it, so that we see her from behind.
Yeah, it's you probably don't really know about it if you haven't seen Ryan's work, but that is a very Ryan picture. Just the use of colors I just love his use of colors. That are amazing.
Yeah, I told Ryan. I mean, when we were doing Heart Eater last year, a bunch of our artist friends stepped up and said, "Hey, we want to do erotic covers too. Commission us for some erotic covers." And, obviously we can't commission everybody. We would have literally like a fucking 100 covers for each book if we did that, which would be so much more work than I am ready to commit to at this point in time.
Too many options.
Yeah. So we had to narrow it down. But like one of my favorite artists has been Ryan for ages, just because of the way he uses color.
Yeah.
And so when he said he wanted to do some sexy covers, I was like, absolutely. So he was one of the first people on my list. Let's see. I'm gonna go back if I can. Do here. Okay, we got an acrylic figure for this one, and guys, it is reversible. And this is the nice side. I guess we should start with the nice side. Which, again, Val knocked it out of the park. I love
this so much.
Yeah, it's just so pretty. And we asked her for I was like, just Luca, a figure. Just have her standing in some sexy pose or whatever. And I said, you can do whatever you want, is what I said. Which is probably why we ended up with this. And it turned out so freaking cool. And
but it's reversible as well. I don't think I've seen a reversible acrylic before.
This is what the other side's gonna look like. And we censoring it was interesting. There was you have to talk to if you're gonna do a sexy acrylic figure, you got to talk to your manufacturer before you design it. Just trust me on this. We went through that already because we had this was a little different before it became what it is today. And I mean, it's beautiful. Obviously, that's not the problem. The problem is that depending on who manufactures it for you, you might not be able to put everything on there, if you get my drift. So just trust me. If you're going to do this sexy acrylic figure, just trust me when I say talk to your manufacturer before you do it.
Yeah, they had some interesting rules. And a lot of these acrylic figure places, of course, are in China. So, genitals are an interesting area of discussion. So, yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Isn't something to do with time travel, like, banned over there as well in certain mediums and things? I can't remember.
Oh,
there was
really?
some weird...
Really? I didn't know that.
No, there was some weird thing that I read, and it was something to do with... Oh, I can't remember, but it was like my Doctor Who or something.
I feel like they can't show skeletons or something either. There's some very interesting...
strange rules.
Specific.
Yeah.
Do we know any Chinese artists that we could? Because we know artists all over the place. We must know somebody that lives in China that can answer these questions for us. So inquiring minds want to know. I want to know.
I don't think so. Everybody's in Singapore. We got Vietnam. We got Japan. We got everywhere else.
Super weird.
Yeah.
I've met plenty of people from China, but no artists. No artists and no, we're not working with anybody directly. We're not working directly with anybody from China. That's what I'm trying to say. What else do we have? We have posters. We got, yeah, so you can get, blah, blah, blah. There we go. You can get posters of all the covers. You can add on, if you just want cover C and a acrylic figure, you can add an acrylic figure onto your cover C. Like, it's pretty mix and match here. But what we have in the add-ons is you can add a poster. Half of my pictures aren't showing up. They were there. They were there when I was looking at it right before we started the stream, and they keep changing, and I'm so irritated with Kickstarter.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
The digital edition one has been up for literal weeks, and suddenly it is not there. Make it make sense. Anyway, if you guys have any, if you have any ideas on, or not ideas, but requests on fun rewards that you'd like to see, tell us, because we can't make them if we don't know that you want them. So give us a comment, or, on Facebook or wherever you usually converse with us, and tell us what you want to see in a stretch goal or an add-on, or for next time.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything else that you want to know about this book, about Noctiluca #1. What is okay?
There we got 21 backers.
Yeah, damn it! Stop.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, 21 backers already. That's awesome. How I just, I'm being more hands-on in these books and building stuff has been really fun, and the whole process stressful at times. Any comic creator who tells you that it's not stressful and shitty sometimes is lying to you, or it doesn't actually do all the work themselves, because this can be very stressful. But getting to see the completed book and being like, I helped make that, is really fun. Is really cool. So, and with that being said, we should talk a little bit, because we've been on here for 45 minutes now, and we should talk a little bit about Heart Eater and what's happening with Heart Eater, because in the past month, I've had 5 or 6 people ask me, when are we gonna do another Heart Eater?
Yeah.
So what's the answer to that, Lori?
The campaign's running next month. I would have done it sooner, but artist problems. It wasn't my choice, really. Unfortunately, the artist who was working on issue 1 got too busy to do issue 2. I had to find an artist to replace her. And it's just kind of been a struggle in not a fun way. And I haven't been able to seduce my way back to the top. So it's going to be ready. The campaign's going to be ready next month. The book's going to be done by the end of the year. Patty Arroyo is doing the art. So she colored the first issue. She's actually just going to be doing the entirety of the art on issue 2. She's super excited and terrified, and she started giving me sequentials last week, and they actually look really fucking good. I think you guys won't even notice that we had an artist change. She's kind of keeping with Kari's style, but doing her own thing. And issue 2 is really fun. There's more action. There's more sex. I'm really excited. And I'm thinking, we're going to have Val do an acrylic figure for that one, because this acrylic figure is so pretty. We just have to.
I mean, to see what it does with pirates as well.
Yeah, I'm sad that she couldn't come today. We'll get her on a live stream one of these days. But when I told her that we had a sexy pirate comic and that we want her to do a cover or contribute in some way, to say that she possibly shit her pants with excitement, I don't know, because she doesn't live here. I didn't see it personally, but there was a level of excitement that was happening before I said anything about pirates, and then after I said about pirates. You know,
everyone just loves pirates. There's just something about pirates.
Pirates are fucking awesome, though. Yeah,
pirates
are great.
Like, you guys aren't ready. Like, there's there's so much insane shit that's gonna happen. I'm hoping to also increase the output on the book to 2 issues a year minimum would be great. I have so much planned for the book, where it goes. There's going to be magic, there's going to be violence, there's going to be pirates, obviously. There's going to be everything. Like, everything you can think of that you like is going to be in this series. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. It's I mean, I know enough about what's going on to know that it's you wouldn't have to show me anything more than the first cover that you showed me, and I'd be like, yes, I want a copy. Sign me up. It's great.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you guys again, like what she said. You're not ready. You're not ready. It's sexy as hell.
Yeah, the first one was so much fun to work on as well.
Yeah, I hope you're ready to look over the script and mess around with that with me this week or next week, because
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, this took a turn.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
I read through it like, I don't know, a month or 6 weeks ago maybe, and because we had been talking about we need to be working on this, and I read it and I was like, I am in no way ready to be contribute to this. However, yes, it was just, I mean, in my defense, there was a lot going on for, Granica and shit, and like, just the world is, weird things are happening. There's fucking spiders everywhere. You don't even, outside of the building at night, it's like arachnophobia out there. Just, don't do it, Katie. I see you looking around for spiders, Katie. Don't do it.
I can't see any today. That's unusual. There's usually loads of them in here. But...
when you go, just everything in England are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be that fucking big. Why are they so big? And they're house spiders.
They are called giant house spiders. That is the species name.
I love spiders, but I don't know if I could just have that many of them just there in the house all the time.
Oh, they're also the fastest spiders in the world as well. They broke the speed records.
Without knowing that information, Katie. Now I never want to visit you. Like, I was all like, yes, let's go visit Katie someday, and now I'm really second guessing that decision.
They don't bite though. That's the main thing. They're really, really notoriously do not bite.
Just. I mean, we have brown recluses and shit here, and they can fuck you up with a bite, but they're little, and they are generally, like, there's a reason they're called a recluse. They don't like to come out and hang out with you.
Yeah, so. The giant house spiders they kind of like run around hunting stuff, but they do like eat all the other bad stuff you don't want in the house. It's just if you can put up with having giant spiders everywhere. But
yeah, I mean, in Australia, they let the huntsmen just do that because they'll kill like everything, and they're harmless. They're just just this big.
Sarah's having a crisis.
I'm going to be honest with you. I started watching like huntsman videos on TikTok to desensitize myself.
I tried to do that too once, but like every time it was like a week straight of spider videos all the time, but if you stop, then it goes right back to zero.
Yes.
And there's a difference between watching them on a screen and actually having them in your home or near you. Oh yeah,
but like my ex got desensitized for arachnophobia in my house because there's just that many giant house spiders here. He kind of had to deal with them. So
I mean, there's spiders all over the place. Like, this is an old brick building. There's spiders everywhere here too. But as long as I don't see them, they could be. There's like these little tiny ones that love to descend from the ceiling here, and I assume that I've had at least one of them drop on directly onto my head.
I had one like that in my house once that actually, for some reason, decided to land it in my cleavage, and I had to be really patient and wait for it to come out so it didn't bite me. It's like cleavage spiders is not a good thing.
See,
Ryan says I stole his spiders. Stole spiders.
What you need to do, Katie, is sell it as an experience. Like, have people be like, desensitize yourself to spiders. Just $200. Come to my house and stay for one night. You'll make a fortune. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Please to say no spiders here. Yeah.
It is getting to the spider time of year though, because like autumn that's the time they breed, so they do start coming out looking for mates, and that's the
thing. It's like you can check for spiders and be like, there's no visible spiders there, but there's probably spiders, because that's just life. There's like, aren't there like tiny spiders living, like there's mites in your skin and on your eyebrows and shit all the time? Like,
I'm not sure there's spiders.
Well, they're mites. They're not spiders. They're mites, but they're arachnids.
Yeah.
The point is, you're probably never 6 feet away from a spider at any given point in your life. Like, unless you're in a clean room, and even then, are you though?
See, I would happily deal with all of the giant house spiders like for the rest of my life, as long as I didn't have to ever have another tick on me ever again, because that's the arachnids I do not like.
That's reasonable. Yeah, I'd take a spider.
Oh. What the fuck just happened there? Mid-sentence. See, it's the spiders. They came up and they unplugged the cord. She gone. The spiders got her shit. That was so sudden. I don't even know what to do right now. Like, it was very dramatic.
Oh, we got 26 backers though.
The spiders got me. Sorry. Oh, yeah.
It's very jarring.
I was clicking between tabs to do like an email and a post, and I clicked the little off, and
I have done that before. Yeah.
Oops. Oopsie doodle. Yeah. This is a like blatant call out, Jeffrey.
Yeah, who wrote the book, Sarah?
I was trying to go through the entire show without actually acknowledging who wrote the book.
I posted about it. My first post acknowledged it. I don't know what you're doing.
There. I wrote the book. It was me. I did it. I wrote the book. You have me to blame. So this story is like 3 or 4 years old now. It has existed in some iteration for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't get serious about making it into a comic until, what, a year ago? Year and a half? Ish?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was always, the idea was always to write this and make it into a comic, but then just, life happened. And things got in the way, and there was no money, or there was no time, or there was no artist. There was always something, and then we got serious. A week of spider videos. Why would you do that to yourself?
Look, that's just
Question the methods. Maybe it worked. Did it work? It didn't work for me.
When I watched the Huntsman videos on TikTok, I started becoming it. I thought it worked pretty well. Yeah, because
you say that now, but let's send Lori to Australia to meet a fucking huntsman spider. And then we'll see.
I like spiders. As long as I know that it's going to be there and it doesn't sneak up on me, I think it would be fine.
That's the thing. Like, my first introduction to the huntsman spider was the clock spider video. Clock spider pictures. You guys, if you haven't, just Google clock spider. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that it was a little bit of nothing poking out from behind that little clock on the wall, but to know the size, that was one of those standard schoolhouse clock things, and it was probably a 12-inch clock, and to know that that spider was bigger than that clock, no. And then they fucking poked it, and it moved like lightning, like it had a rocket up its little ass.
Yeah, they are quite fast, though. They're faster than tarantulas.
I don't like it. I need the spider. I don't even like here we got, like, the jumping spiders, which they're cute as long as they don't fucking move, but then they move, and they, like, hop really high, and they run really fast, and I need them to stay always where I can see them. If they're gonna be here, that's okay, but, and we're, like, really careful, like, if a spider gets in here, I lock myself in the bathroom and tell Jeffrey to scoop the spider up and put it outside. We don't kill them. We try not to kill them, I should say.
Right.
But also, you guys come into my house, like, you're taking a risk, spiders. There's a definite risk, because if Jeffrey's not here and there's a spider in the house, I'm sorry, but you have to die. Because that's the only way I know of to handle, because I cannot carry a live spider across a room and then let go of the thing that I'm holding it with to open the goddamn door. That's just not gonna happen. You have to die.
I'm just shaking my head. I've got past that stage to the stage where I don't even care they're in the room anymore now.
Well, here's the funniest part is I've got 1,000 cats, right? Like, I have so many cats, and not a fucking one of them will kill a bug in this house. They suck. They all suck.
Yeah, cats aren't great about spiders. They're not. I don't know. When I was living with the hobo spiders, occasionally they would do like this. They would be like,
yeah,
and then of course that's enough time for it to run away. Like, you're useless. You have to keep your paw on it, otherwise.
Yeah, so I will give Arthur credit, because Arthur will eat the spiders. She'll eat the bug if she finds it. That actually worked out to her detriment at one point, because those Asian lady beetles, they can't eat those. Otherwise, they will throw them up, and then they will throw up everything else that they've ever eaten their entire life. But then they'll be fine after that. Like, they won't die from eating those spiders, but bugs, the ladybugs. But anyway. Okay, that's my thoughts on spiders. Excuse me. Yeah, so does that make Jeff a beta tester? Weirdly, I don't think Jeff's the first person who read this. I think Katie was.
Yeah, I think I was, actually.
I think Katie was the first person that read my script. I very pointedly remember that it was not Lori, because it's usually Lori that's the first person to see my stuff, which is why I remember that this time it was not Lori. But for the completed script, I'm pretty sure this time it was Katie. Jeff didn't see it. Jeff didn't actually. He kind of didn't want to see it. He wants to wait for the entire completed book, and then, like, to have a physical copy and look at it then. Like, that's what he wants to do with all of them. Like, he's never read Granica either, because he wants to see Granica in like its completion. Mm-hmm. In a book, in a physical book in his hands. Like, he doesn't want to see the progress of it nearly as much as he wants to see the finished project. However, he is very helpful in the, like, if I have a problem and I ask him for some assistance, some guidance, like his thoughts on it, he'll be willing to offer that, and he will also look at bits of it if I ask questions, you know.
I like getting to see the bare bones of it, though, because I like to make suggestions.
Am I supposed to read it or sing this to the theme of Spider-Man? Because it seems like a spider play. Spider.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mike. I assume that's Mike and not somebody working for Mike. Hi, Mike.
Ever just let Mike know that we said hi? If it isn't Mike.
Mike, I'm apologizing to you live for the mistake on your backer kit. I'm really sorry. I fucked something up on his backer kit, and then a bunch of people got charged shipping for digital items, and I feel terrible. I'm very sorry. I love you.
I don't know how you don't make more mistakes on that, because that is it's like, it's weird because it's not user friendly, but it's not user friendly. It's just it's just a little, there's like extra steps and things, and I'm sure that backer kit, like those people are awesome and they are well aware of every little thing that makes it harder to use that. But also, they would fix it if there was a way to fix it. So as soon as they figure that shit out, you know. Mike makes lots of mistakes too, it's okay. But the important thing is that you fix the mistake. Once it happened, y'all fixed it. That's what matters.
Oh, immediately I got the text and I fixed it like while I was in the middle of doing something because I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you fix it, people get their money back, and it's all okay. It's inconvenient, but oh yeah, Jeffrey says it's been really fun watching the bits and pieces come in as it has developed. Yeah. See, he sees more. I think if in a perfect world he could just never see any of it until it's complete, and then be able to experience the whole thing as a complete book, like most of the people that will see the book are gonna do, he would be happy. But it's a completely different experience watching it come together. So I don't know. That's fun too. Making a book is a very fun. Experience. I'll be right back.
Oh dear.
Is she okay? Okay.
Something go down the wrong way or something?
I'm fine. It's a little bit of my drink went down the Sunday pipe. It's okay. But anyway, yeah, making a book is a really fun experience, and reading a book is a really fun experience, and then smashing it all together by watching the book be made and then reading it afterwards is a third experience that I think not very many people, because like as the book maker, we're not gonna see the completed book in the same way as the people who have observed the making of the book and then read the final piece are gonna see. Like, it's gonna be a totally different experience.
I think it's quite interesting being a part of like doing the comic stuff, especially because like, I do a lot of writing just as normal writing, but like when you've written something, it's there finished. But like when it's a comic, you've got the artist's interpretation of what your words are. That's kind of different from what you've written as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of back and forth. At least, I mean, the way we do things or the way I do things, where like I like doing an outline of a script with very little dialogue and just showing that to the artist, and then because a lot of artists like get an idea for a really cool thing and then they want to do that thing, and then it's easier for me to shape the dialogue around that because sometimes the scene changes slightly. So I do like to do that, whenever I can, because I feel like it works better and the artist can come up with more creative shit than being locked into every single line of dialogue, every single panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this book, I think I kind of did it all as one and then separated it into where it seemed like the natural page breaks were, but then I just let Val do whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't really had to correct her at all. Like, I haven't had to say, okay, no, this is wrong, don't do it this way. Like, there's not been a lot, because she's just really good. She's just really good at what she does. And
she's fantastic.
Yeah, we need to, like, lock her into, like, a 1,000,000-year contract that she can never, because I'm a little afraid Mike's gonna try and steal her.
Not allowed, damn it.
Yeah, no. Val is all ready to be adopted into Laguna Studios completely, so I don't think that we have to worry about getting a new artist. But it's a whole process finding an artist too, so like I don't know if I could handle it if she ever left us.
No.
Stay, because you're doing a beautiful job on this book, and it's all gonna be so cool. Like, and and she's having so much fun that I think she would have to I forgot what I was saying. I told you guys I'm really tired. I just in the middle of the sentence, it's gone. Yeah, no, but Val's doing great, and she's having a lot of fun, and she's got ideas for like future stuff too. So she doesn't have to just be the artist on this one or the art in the future. She can also be offering. I mean, she made adjustments or made suggestions that made this book better too. That weren't there, wouldn't have been there without her.
It's good when you've got a creative team that sort of works together like cohesively like that. It's great.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And then the finished product is just more. You feel better about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to feel good about the end product, the end result when you enjoyed the process of making it. That's for sure. Oh. I took a little drink and it went down the wrong tube, and now it's just like tickling this the rest of the time. Like, we can't stay very much longer because I have to go and like lay down or something so that maybe I'll just hang upside down on the couch or something to make the fluid that went down.
Like a bat.
Just, yeah, like it's gravity. I'm just using gravity to help.
Get Jeff to hold you up by your ankles.
He hurt his back. I don't think he wants to do that.
Oh.
Damn it. All right, let's see.
Still no dog feet. That is just weird. He's just totally crashed out on the floor. I think
so is that like a good omen or a bad omen for the?
I think I just tired him out. He's yeah. I took him for like a 2-mile walk earlier, so it's like, and then he came in and started playing with the other dog, and it just sounded like a herd of elephants in the top of the house. So I think he's been having fun, but yeah, he's kind of tired. So we don't seem to have Spot today, which is unusual. So.
Interesting.
We've had no cats either. I mean, that's quite, we've not had any animals so far.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's like the middle of the afternoon, which is prime napping time here.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have any. And I did have one walking back and forth. Hey, quit flinging water everywhere, bro. I was like, what the fuck is... Anyway, yeah, like it's prime napping time, but I did have a cat wrapping himself around my ankles a few times.
It's for moral support.
Yeah.
So. Ugh. Excuse me. This is gonna be me the rest of the afternoon. I was talking to a friend last night who was having some stressful stuff in her life, and I said something about sending her tots and pears, and she said thanks, I like potatoes, and it didn't even occur to me that anybody would come up with such a quick response, because I pulled that one out of my ass immediately, like at that moment. And I was like, but she was like, she was right there on top of it. And that's how I know I'm old, because I can't be clever anymore. So anyway, yeah, if anybody else has any more, if you have any questions you have for us, like now's the time to ask, because I don't know what else we're going to talk about if we stay here any longer. So we should just go. But if you have, like, we'll give you a couple more minutes for some any questions, any last minute comments, thoughts, suggestions. Tell us what your favorite fruit is. I don't know. Whatever. Ugh.
Fruit. Brambles. I like brambles.
Lots of fruit. What the hell is a bramble?
I thought a bramble was like a weed.
A bramble is a weed. A bramble is basically the wild form of blackberries. So.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
But I didn't know they everywhere around here.
Wild form and a wild name and a tame name and a cultivated name. Interesting.
Yeah, it's Oh, he is actually awake. He might come. Spot. Come here.
Maybe we'll get dog feed after all.
Come here. You might.
I don't know if I have a favorite fruit because they're just all really nice. Like I have a question for you guys though. Did you think that fruit in general, particularly grocery store fruit, has been getting kind of bitter lately?
He's not come up properly, but
is it just me? Is it just the fruit, the produce that we've been getting up here, or is fruit been getting more bitter? Because
I think they're just harvesting it too early, and then it's supposed to ripen on the shelves, but it never tastes as good. It's like you get much more natural sugars in it when it's been, when they pick it when it's completely ripe.
Yeah, like strawberries. The strawberries have been too bitter. Like I have a very strong reaction to bitter things. So if they're too tart, I don't like them. And the strawberries have been really tart, and the blueberries are either flavorless or too tart. Even the cherries this year, and cherries are like, I love a cherry season is my fucking favorite for fruit because you just can't find cherries unless it's cherry season, and all of the cherries have been very disappointing this year.
Yeah,
I think that might be a north problem too. Fruit's been okay here, but it's probably because it's not traveling very far. Like, I wonder if they're keeping it in storage and then it's traveling further.
Maybe. I mean, like last year's things seemed fine, but this year. They're bad. It's bad. Everything's bad.
We have a lucky dog foot, even if I had to pull it into view.
That works.
It's never a show without Spot getting his feet in there somehow.
Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird if we didn't have if we had Katie on and there was no getting slapped in the face by a dog paw.
Yeah, sometimes literally. So.
Indeed. I don't think anybody has any questions, so I guess we're good. I just Googled bramble when you said that, and the first thing that came up was a bramble cocktail recipe, which says
they taste amazing,
fresh
but
lemon juice and blackberry liqueur, but it doesn't actually say what a bramble is.
Brambles are just blackberries. I mean, the blackberries, the cultivated ones, are about twice the size, but they taste so nice. It's just you have to kind of deal with the amount of seeds they've got in them.
Yeah. You know, it looks like bramble is the drink is a bramble here.
Yeah,
it's blackberry juice and gin and shit. But like that's the name instead of calling it's still called a blackberry, but they call the drink here a bramble. It's weird.
Yeah,
which is funny because it says that it was created in London, England.
Oh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't drink a lot, so I don't know a lot of cocktails. And even if I did, I'm just like brandy old fashioned, because I'm fucking so Wisconsin. Like that's like the only cocktail I know is brandy old fashioned.
No, because I live in Scotland, it's all single malts these days. So
whiskey. He knows what I'm talking about though, because Brian's from the Upper Midwest too, and I bet you he knows what an old fashioned is. Although I believe he too does not drink much, or at all. I will have a glass of wine here and there, but mostly I don't drink. I use way more wine in cooking than I actually just drink.
Yeah,
so
same.
That's because wine in cooking is amazing. Like you use wine to thicken a sauce or something, it gives it this whole bright color or bright texture and flavor that it wouldn't have otherwise. Like you can use chicken stock if you want, but you can use white wine.
But you can use cider if it's pork, because like it's made out of apples. So
yeah, that's a good idea. I don't cook a lot of pork. I mean, I haven't been lately. Like we have bacon sometimes for breakfast, but not like a pork roast. Oh, we should buy some pork roasts. Anyway, I'm not a big drinker, except putting booze in my food. And also, a little top tip if you're an homemade ice cream maker, a little splash of something boozy in your ice cream will make it stay softer when it's in the freezer.
I didn't know that.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it does, it helps with it not getting icy too, but that one is one that I've heard and not actually paid attention to. I know that it helps keep the ice cream softer. I don't know if it helps keep it from getting too icy. Because honestly, if you just, churn it and then put it into the freezer immediately, it's not going to get icy. Just don't let it melt and then refreeze, and it won't get icy. So then you don't have to worry about it. Anywho, yeah, Brian said he's a bad example. Yeah, because you don't drink. We used to go out like after church, like in the upper Midwest. I think lots of just small towns. I think it's a small town thing. It's after church, you go to the supper club or to the brunch place, and have a big meal, and you always have to have some kind of drink. If you're doing the brunch thing, it's a fucking Bloody Mary, which are just so bad. I just hate Bloody Marys so much. I know some people like them, but just I don't.
Are they like tomato juice or something?
Yes. Tomato juice, and I think you can. I think that around here a lot of people like vodka in it, but it's not vodka's not the standard alcohol. I don't think.
Just the tomatoes in it. Just no.
So acidic. And then some people will just stick a pickle in it as a garnish, and some people will put the entire fucking breakfast on a stick and stick it into the juice. No, I don't put toast points on a stick and then stick it in the tomato juice. Gross. Because then you just have crummy tomato juice. Tomato juice already sucks. Don't make it worse.
None of that sounds nice.
That does not sound good.
No, and there's just too many people put too I know there's a pickle or piece of celery. I saw somebody put a piece of bacon in it no, just.
Oh no.
No, it's just not good.
I'm just laughing because now I'm getting kicked by a dog, so they're just getting the foot keeps getting. Yeah, he's wanting attention now. So
because tomato juice is gross. Tomato juice is the worst of everything about a tomato. Mm-hmm. It's just bad. It's just bad.
You stop kicking me now.
See, you invited that stuff in, and now you're getting slapped in the face by a dog.
In Canada, they do a Bloody Mary, but with Clamato instead. So it's just even worse. Yeah.
What? Okay. What? Factory, think about it. Let's make clam juice better by adding tomato instead of let's make tomato juice better by removing the clam. What? Juice. It's so bad. There's literally no reason.
I don't know what's causing it, but when you yell loud enough, your sound cuts out entirely, and it makes it even funnier.
It's that
your noise cancellation.
Yeah, my noise canceling software. Yeah, it's okay, this is getting too loud, clearly, but it just doesn't understand that I'm an emotional person. And sometimes I need to express myself by shrieking.
Jeff needs to be back there manning some dials.
When you're singing, when the singers hit the high note and they have to pull their mic away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's like that. Maybe I have to pull the mic away, but it's up here, so it's a little weird to do. All right. I am thoroughly grossed out by the concept of using Clamato juice in a Bloody Mary because I thought Bloody Marys were gross before. If I'm going to drink a breakfast drink, it is going to be a mimosa. But I'm probably just not going to drink a breakfast drink because I'm not a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. I don't know. It's fine. You can drink if you want to. I don't want to. Anyway, yeah, since nobody has any questions or anything, I guess we're going to go because we got some shit to do. I got to put the rest of the covers, well, by the rest, I mean Ian's cover. You can see it now, but it's not very there. We're going to put Ian's cover up and we're going to put the rest of the shit up that, that's mostly the pictures, isn't it? I got to put the pictures up so y'all can see the pictures. So.
Hey, we've got 36 backers though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh yeah. I wasn't even looking at that. I'm just super grossed out by fucking Clamato juice.
Mm-hmm. I told you.
Who thought to combine those two things? Those are the... Like, why don't you just throw cranberry in it while you're at it? Because, like, the worst, grossest things that you can have in fluid form, and then you put them together and made that, like, that's worse. That's... I mean, that person's probably in hell right now, right? There's no way that you can invent Clamato juice and not face eternal damnation. It's just...
I would assume, yeah.
I can think of worse things in liquid form, to be fair, but...
Well, so can I, but I mean, like... I mean, those things are supposed to be bad, mostly. We can talk about that later, because I'm sure you... Because you live in England, so... The ingestible things get creative over there. Yeah, Scotland. The UK. But...
My neighbours would complain if I said I lived in England.
You lived in England for a little while.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we'll go. And Katie and I are going to continue our discussion about disgusting drinks. And I think all of us are probably going to go get something to eat. And then we're going to do more cool stuff for y'all. So have a wonderful rest of your day. And, we're going to be on a live stream tomorrow night. Holy shit, I forgot all about that until right this second. We're going to be on Super Geeked Up tomorrow night, so come watch us there. And they have very anxiety-inducing games that are very fun, but also stressful. It's very conflicting, because they're very fun, but they are stressful. And
we just hit over $1,000 now, so...
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
That's cool. We're a sixth of the way there.
Yeah.
So, okay, for reals now, leaving. Come see us on Super Geeked Up tomorrow, and like this and comment on it and subscribe. You can tell I've been watching too many YouTube videos. Like, smash that like button and subscribe. So anyway, yeah, let us know what you think. Make a suggestion, whatever. We don't really have a comment box or like a suggestion box, so just tell us wherever. I don't care. And we'll see you next time. If you're coming tomorrow, come tomorrow on Super Geeked Up and watch. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll schedule something else maybe. So, bye!
Bye!